welcome to our episode of Chad and Friends Beer Reviews. Henry's joining us for another Friday afternoon visit.
Why, hello.
And for like the fourth review in a row, you brought the beer this time.
Hey, I'm trying to give back to the community here, Chad.
Yep. Tell us about it.
This is from Hitachino's Nest. These guys do a lot of very interesting things with Western brewing styles. A lot of times they'll use sake yeast or, in this case, red rice. This is a Belgian pale style. It's 7% alcohol, but with red rice. So we're going to see how this is.
And they're out of Japan, right?
Yes, Japan.
Yeah. It says, this red rice ale is brewed with special red rice, which, that's so redundant, which had been cultured in ancient times in Japan. Please enjoy the complex taste and beautiful natural color.
Ooh.
I want to say this cab's got a cool owl.
Look at that.
It looks like kind of like a double IPA. It's like hazy orange, almost reddish.
That's an attractive beer, that's for sure. Let's see what the smell is like.
I don't really get any specific notes in here. Maybe, I mean, I can kind of smell like the rice, you know? It's a little bit sweet.
It is sweet. It's almost a pink aroma. It has a slight spoilage smell, though.
Tastes a little bit like one of the 𝓑𝓻𝓮𝓻𝓲𝓷.
It doesn't taste bad. It has kind of a funk smell, but the flavor's actually pretty good. Oh, and now, you know, look, now that I've got it in my mouth, it doesn't smell bad anymore. That's really weird.
It has like a little bit of a sour kind of taste to it, but like a fruitiness, almost like I said, like the 𝓑𝓻𝓮𝓲𝓙.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like radically tart like a goose, but it has that sort of sourness to it.
Yeah.
That might have been responsible for the funk earlier.
Now this is actually made with sake.
No, it's sake yeast,
Oh, okay.
as far as I'm aware.
But yeah, it says brewed with red rice. So, I mean, you do get like that kind of sweetness that you get from, like, you know, Budweiser's made with rice. A lot of people don't know that. It's,
Yeah.
you know, they put that right on the label. You kind of get like that Rice Krispie kind of taste to it.
You know, this actually does remind me a little bit of sake, but I always drink sake hot, so I don't know what it would be like cold.
I've never had it.
There are certain things that are reminiscent of it in this.
Right.
And it could just be because it's rice or because of the yeast or what, but it also shares some things with various Belgian beers. This one's going to be hard to rate.
Yeah, it does seem to have a little bit of a Belgian quality to it as far as like the mouthfeel. It's pretty peppery in the mouth, kind of lively.
Very peppery.
But it's not a difficult beer to drink. I can slug this down.
It is tasty. You know, like I said, the funk was greatly diminished once I had it in my mouth and up through the back of the sinuses.
It reminds me of the Palm Lambic. It's like kind of like that green apple sour tartness.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, this is pretty good. I'd probably give this like a 7.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely different. Its novelty makes it hard to rate, but it does bring something new to the table. It's refreshing in that way. It's sort of like how the moo thunder there. It was in a can, and that gave it some novelty that bumped it up from a 6 to a 7.
Yeah.
And in this case, the fact that it is such a different beer, and the flavor is different, it's pleasing. This is definitely pleasing, and the taste really beats the smell.
See, I wish they had this at the Japanese restaurant, because all they have there is Sapporo and Qingdao and
Stuff that
Kiuchi.
I do not care for.
Yeah, they're just the Budweisers of Japan, but this is, I don't know,
well, as they say,
Saranac of Japan.
well, maybe. I mean, they're aiming at traditional stuff. I mean, they talk about how for centuries, you know, Japanese people have been drinking sake and, you know, brewing things using rice and strains of yeast that we might not have in, you know, Western culture. So they're trying to get a little bit of that into the beer market.
Yeah.
So it's fun.
I think a little bit more of a full body would be nice. It does seem a little flat.
Yeah.
A little thin. You definitely can't taste the 7% ABV. It drinks like something much smaller than that.
Yeah. So you smell it, but you don't taste it.
Mm.
But yeah, it does have a smoothness to it. There is a sort of velvety smoothness. It maybe is slightly thicker than some of its Belgian cousins. But it might actually benefit from slightly more carbonation.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess that about does it. Thanks to Henry for providing the beer again.
Hey, glad to bring something different.
Yep. We should give a shout out to Kiuchi too, but while we're here, he said he was thinking about moving back to Japan.
Well,
so I hope he stays here.
Wonder what he thinks about this beer.
Yeah. All right. So 𝓮𝓬𝓲.
Whatever that means.
That's Japanese for cheers.
Somebody brewed it, Chad just reviewed it. Thanks for watching Chad's Beer Review. Trust me, the next episode will be a lot better.